Hello viewers, I'm so excited for today's lesson as we are going to learn how to analyze poems. Have you written any literature tests or examinations? How was it? Did you find it easy to understand all the poems? Could you answer all the questions? Remember, you are going to write a literature exam paper for English second language at the end of this year. In order for you to score full marks, or at least very good marks for part 1 on poetry, you better not miss today's program. So stay put and follow our discussion. Welcome to program 5 of our new English second language video series from NAMCOR. Our lesson for today is on how to analyze a poem. So after watching this lesson, you should be able to analyze a poem. Analyzing a poem can be very tricky. If you look at the title of the poem, can you guess what the poem is all about? Do you know the author, the poet? Have you read his or her work before? Before you analyze the poem, it is important to read the poem several times. After the first reading, you should have an idea what the poem is all about. Try to read the poem aloud, because poems can often have a range of sound devices, and that can change the meaning of the poem. Once you've read the poem, you can start analyzing the poem's content. And here are 6 steps that will help you to analyze a poem. Step 1. Subject. What is the poem about and why? Step 2. Theme. What are the repeated ideas and topics? Step 3. Tone. How would you describe the mood of the language? Step 4. Imagery. What literary devices are used and what do they mean? Step 5. Form. Why the poet has chosen this structure. And lastly, step 6. Feeling. What are the different emotions being shared? Let's now look at each step individually. For step 1, the subject. What is the poem about and why? You should be able to sum up the poem's context and content by asking, who wrote it and why? When and where was it written? Who is the speaker, the voice? Is it first, second, or third person? Where is it set? Who or what features in the poem? Then for step 2, the theme. What ideas or topics are repeated? You should be able to identify the main issues. These can be love, nature, culture, race, religion, sexuality, family, history, politics, self-discovery, innocence, experience, wealth, life, death, age, war, conflict, etc. There are so many. Okay, let's move now to step 3, the tone. How would you describe the language mood? You should pick phrases showing attitude such as formal, informal, sad, bitter, frustrated, gloomy, regretful, nostalgic, judgmental, long-suffering, negative, disrespectful, positive, happy, funny, and etc. Then step 4, imagery. What literary devices are used? Can you find similes, metaphors, personification, alliteration, onomatopoeias, and etc. Then for step 5, you look at the form. Why has this structure been chosen? You should study the stanzas, rhyme, rhythm, and punctuation. So ask yourself, how many stanzas? How long are they? Are there any line breaks? Is there any rhyme? Is there a rhyme scheme? And then lastly, step 6, the feeling. Now, what emotions are being shared? Note the different feelings. What does the tone say about the poet's feelings? Who is it targeted at? How does it make you feel? Now it's up to you. Practice every day wearing your poetry detective glasses, and you will be able to analyze any poem. Well, viewers, in today's program, we discuss how to analyze a poem. Let's recap on our discussion. You need to read the poem wearing your poetry detective glasses, following these 6 steps. Step 1, subject. What is the poem about and why? Step 2, theme. What are the recurring ideas and topics? Step 3, tone. How would you describe the mood of the language? Step 4, imagery. What literary devices are used and what do they mean? Step 5, form. Why the poet has chosen this structure. And then lastly, step 6, feeling. What are the different emotions being shared? Lastly, always support your answers. Back them up with evidence that you find in the poem. And that concludes our last program in the JSE English Second Language series. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best for your exam. From me, Imogen, goodbye.